Okay, guys, I think that's all that's going to arrive for now. So I'm going to crack on and get started. First of all, thank you for joining the webinar. It's really appreciated, and I'm sure it's going to be very helpful for you guys. For those that don't know who I am, I'm Alistair. I work for Matrix. I, until recently, spent most of my time visiting colleges around the country, the UK. And demonstrating and supporting and showing how Matrix can support with different technical qualifications. Obviously, the coronavirus has hit, and since then, my role's changed slightly, so we're going a lot more online. Obviously, no face-to-face contact at the minute, so that's who I am. Today is about how we can support different institutions with the delivery of their electrical installation qualifications. Okay, so how we can help them with hardware. We've also got a lot of lesson plans and teachers' notes, and it's basically showing to you guys how we can offer support. The focus today will be on level 1 to 2. I am going to plan another webinar in the coming weeks to press and do higher, maybe level 2 to 3 for electrical installation. But today the focus is on level 1 and 2. Okay, now I have put you all on mute. That helps with things like feedback and that sort of thing. There is a chat section. If you've got a question that can wait till the end, if you want to bob it in the chat section, alternatively, you can unmute yourself and ask any question if it's a more pressing issue. I hope you can all hear me. If not, please speak up now. The way it's going to work is I'm going to do a short presentation, basically identifying exactly how we can help with the electrical installation. I'm then going to show you a video by someone that you may be familiar with called Joe Robinson, who does a lot of help online with videos and video lessons and that sort of thing. I'm then going to show you some of our products via demonstration, and then at the end I'm going to have a question and answer section. So your opportunity to ask any questions about the support that we offer. Now, I am getting used to the technology, so if it takes me a while to swap from camera to camera or that sort of thing, please just bear with me. Hopefully, it all goes pretty smoothly. Okay, cheers. Just bear with me, guys. I hope you can all hear me now. I've just swapped the microphones over and now I'm going to share my screen. I'm not actually the best with technology, even though I work for Matrix Technology Solutions Limited. Probably not the best. Okay, so on the agenda today, initially I'm going to tell you who we are, Matrix, who Matrix is. One of our products that we're focusing mainly on today is Lotronics. So what is Lotronics? What Lotronic electrical installation kits we have. I'm going to go a bit into their product information, and then I'm going to look at the curriculum lesson plan support that we have, which are on our website and they are free. I'm going to go into that in a bit more detail later. We've also got storage for the kits, and then I'm going to go into Joe Robinson and who he is and some of the work he's been doing. There's a video from him, and then I'm going to do a few little demonstrations on the level 1 and 2 kits that I'm going to discuss now. So who we are and what do we do? So we're Matrix Technology Solutions Limited. We were founded in 1993. We began by manufacturing and developing curriculum CD-ROMs from engineering to science, maths, etc. Now, when the internet came around, that wiped out that side of the business because the information that we were publishing was freely available on the World Wide Web. So we diversified and we started manufacturing different products for different strands of engineering and science, to now where we actually have over 100 different products that we manufacture here in West Yorkshire, Halifax, for all different kinds of technical education. Now, we do actually spend a lot of our turnover on research and development, so we're always looking for the next where we can support institutes and colleges. So if you have any ideas, you know, we're all ears. If you guys have a think there's no support with reference to this part of our curriculum, you know, get in touch. We can, you know, we'll see what we can do. So these are the areas that we cover now. Obviously, I'm assuming most of the people here are electrical installation, and if not, you may have got the wrong webinar. But we also cover things like science, physics, computer science, fiber optics, electronic engineering, electrical engineering. Some of you guys may also be interested in electrical engineering, mechanical engineering. We've got things for robotics and mechatronics, pneumatics and automation, manufacturing, aviation, and a big part of what we do is also automotive. So what is Lottronics? Now, I'm assuming no prior knowledge, because I'm assuming a lot of you will have heard or even used Lottronics before, but I'm going to assume you don't know what it is. So Lottronics is a range of products that simplifies the process of learning and teaching electricity and electronics, in this case, electrical installation. The user or the students will get a baseboard, they will get a tray worth of full of components, and they will build different circuits, and they'll learn through building the circuitry. Each component has the circuit symbol heat embossed onto the component, and if you flip it over, underneath is an actual real life component. So here you can see there's a 1k ohm resistor. Underneath that is a real 1k ohm resistor. There's a real relay underneath that one, etc. The range consists of over 200 electrical components or electronic components, and they're mounted on this rugged, educationally friendly style approach with corresponding circuit symbols. So we have put together what we call solutions. Now, these solutions are everything you need to complete a certain set of lesson plans or learning outcomes. So in these solutions, you will get the baseboard, you will get a load of components, you will get the storage, you will get all the power supplies you need, whether that's AC or DC, or we even have a 3-phase power supply as well. It comes with all the curriculum worksheets and lesson plans that I will go into in detail shortly. So for electrical installation, we have many different kits. We first brought out the electrical installation kits about 4 years ago. Lottronics itself has been around for, I think, about 25 years ago, and it's really stood the test of time. However, we actually just brought the electrical installation kits out fairly recently, so you may not know too much about them. In level 1 and 2, we have a kit which is which we call electrical installation level 1. We have a kit which is called electrical installation level 2, and then we have an electronic component and circuit pack, which is a bit of an add-on pack to suffice for the City and Guilds curriculum. We have a 3-phase kit which is actually in level 2 and 3. We have a kit for learning about modern electrical machines and their characteristics. I am actually only going to focus today on the level 1 and 2, and I will do a second webinar in a few weeks, or in a week or two, on level 3 for electrical installation. At level 3, there's a kit for principles of lighting, where you learn about the strategic placement of lights and the planning of lighting. Electrical installation circuit principles at level 3 as well. We've got a transformer construction and operations kit, and again, that 3-phase kit. We also have quite a lot of kits for electrical engineering. So some of you guys may do electrical installation and electrical engineering. We have a range of kits for electrical engineering that if you want to have a look more at, you can look on our website. So the first kit I'm going to talk to you about is the level 1 kit, okay? Now, this was the first electrical installation kit we brought out. It assumes no prior knowledge of electricity, so it starts at the very beginning, and it's a great place to start for any budding electrician. It's written around the City and Guilds 7202, Unit 107 in electrical science, However, I've probably got about 50% of the people using this kit are actually also, you know, they're actually also working to EAL, and their specifications at level 1. So the, you know, just to say, it's not just for City and Guilds. We do have EAL centres using this kit. So things that you learn in this: series and parallel, electron flow, the basic principles of electro flow theory, simple things like how to use a multimeter. It sounds simple, but it really does start at the beginning, does this kit. Electrical current and voltage, AC and DC, and what's the difference between the two. Yeah, so this kit is you know, the very level 1. It's the very beginning. At level 2, this kit actually has all the same components that the level 1 kit has. So if you were going to buy a level 1 and 2, you probably only buy level 2 because it is almost level 1 and 2. This kit, it builds on the level 1 kit, and it takes the learning up a level. So it allows the students to understand the electrical science required to become a competent electrician. It's closely aligned with City and Guilds 8202. Unit 202 in electrical science. Again, we do have people that are using other qualifications that are using this kit successfully in the UK and abroad. And this kit covers things like electrical circuits and circuit symbols, the principles of AC theory, the principles of electromagnetism, Ohm's law, Kirchhoff's voltage and current law, electrical safety. It's got fuse box in there, an RCD. That's quite a unique touch. Operating principles of a range of electrical equipment as well. So this is, you know, aimed at level 2. The next kit is a 3-phase kit. This is quite a unique kit. It uses a fabulous 3-phase generator. 3-phase is typically a hard and dangerous subject to teach successfully. So you get a 3-phase generator, which is obviously, it replicates 3-phase, and it's a safe voltage. It's at 9 volts. Okay. The output frequencies can be altered from 0.1 hertz up to 150 hertz, and it includes a 3-phase motor. This can be wired in either star or delta. So there's, in the workbook, it goes through star and delta. It touches on things like half and full wave rectification, power factor correction, get it wired up to a 4-input oscilloscope, and you can do things like learning about phase shift. So this is quite a unique kit to Matrix, and in the coming weeks I will send out an email, because we are looking to do a webinar that's pretty much focused on the 3-phase kit for electrical installation, where I will go into a lot more detail in terms of demonstration of 3-phase. So our newest kit for electrical installation is the electronic component and circuits pack. Now, this kit allows students to understand the operation of a range of commonly used components in both DC and AC circuits. It teaches the students to understand component operation and circuits which perform useful tasks within electrical systems. The learning outcomes are very, very close to the requirements for City and Guilds 8202, level 2, topic 4. And the curriculum lesson plans offers experiments for resistors, capacitors, thermistors, diodes and xenodiodes, transistors and triacs. Okay, so possibly the most useful part of what we do, and the most helpful way that we can help electrical installation departments is via our free curriculum. So if you go to the website www.matrixtsl.com/learning, We have an awful lot of free resources, so you can go on there. You can download them now. They come in JPEG format, so you can add them to your VLE. You can email them to your students. You can print them out. You can do whatever you want with these. They're designed and written by practicing teachers. In the back, you have lesson plans and teachers' notes and theory that students might find difficult and ways to overcome that theory. And in the front, you have your student handouts. So it goes through lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3. And because it's written by practicing teachers and lecturers, it's done in a manner that really allows the students to learn intuitively. Like I say, they're absolutely free. The level 2 one, for example, is over 100 pages. They really are in depth and written around city and guilds. But like I say, we have a lot of other qualifications that tie in nicely with these. I'm going to show you how to access them in just a moment. All our kits, again, I will show you in terms of the kits, they come in storage. So you've got, looking at the left here, these are the typical boxes. You may be used to them. It's called grapnels. All the components are covered with an underlay. So if you pull out a component, you can see exactly what's missing. So we do try to make things as student-proof as possible. And it means that because all the kits use standard plugs that plug straight into the wall. You're not restricted to your lab. You can actually use just normal classrooms as well. So the storage solutions means that you can move them from one place to another. Okay. So for you guys that don't know Joe Robinson, Joe does a lot of work online that basically tackles theory. He's actually a practicing teacher as well. He works for Tresham College, and he's got a YouTube channel that basically, if you've got a particular subject that your students are struggling with, you can send them a link to the videos, and it basically puts it in layman's terms, makes it very easy. And I'm just going to click on here, take you to the channel. So this is where you'll find it. If you type in Joe Robinson's on YouTube, particularly at the minute where the student to teacher time is quite limited, when we were in lockdown, Joe really did pick up. He's got 7.8 thousand subscribers, mostly either teachers or students. For example, you can go to his playlists here, and you've got things about EAL level 1, 3-phase, resistance and resistivity, series and parallel, AC theory. You can click on those and there'll be a series of different videos, and it's done in a nice and intuitive manner that is, really good for students to follow. I know other colleges that actually, if they're doing some work on, say, AC theory, they'll get up a video or 2 or 3 videos, and for half an hour they will actually just sit and watch Joe. And why wouldn't you? It's a free resource that go subscribe to him. He's great. Just give you a quick video by Joe. Okay, 1 second. Now, I'm just going to quickly show you how to access the Learning Center. If you go to our website, Matrix TSL Can, you then need to click on the Learning Center, which is here. And it brings you up with this section here. Now, we have hundreds of different booklets. If you click on the product subject area, scroll down to electrical installation, and it will bring all the lesson plans and teachers' notes for electrical installation. So principles of lighting, electrical installation level 1. I'm just going to click on electrical installation 2, view course, and it loads that up in seconds. Here's the contents page. So you've got power supplies, AC/DC, through to Kirchhoff's law, three-way control, Ohm's law, resistance, measuring resistance, resistivity, RCD, and beyond, step-up transformers, and this is all for level 2. See, there's 100 pages here. Scroll down, and it starts by introducing you to the product and the lesson and the lessons. Scroll down, using AC and using DC. Obviously, it's all got the circuit symbols on, which is nice. If I just take hold of that, scroll down, then it starts to get a bit more challenging. So this is about measuring voltage in series and parallel. Keep going. So you can see pretty nicely, this is Kirchhoff's current law. This is all the student handout. If I scroll down further, this is still the student handout, a bit more maths. Now you get to the instructor's guide. So this is for the instructors to like, your lesson plans are here. This takes 50, it gives you a time frame on the right. This takes 15 to 20 minutes on circuit training. Power supplies, 10 or 15 minutes. Scroll down further, conductors and insulators. This will take 20 to 30 minutes. So it gives you a time frame just so that you sort of, you know, it makes it a bit more obvious as to how long things take and how long it takes for a student to sort of get their head around a specific topic. Okay. So now we've looked through the curriculum, you know where to find the curriculum. I am going to send you a link to the curriculum after this workshop as well. I'm just going to go back to the camera, so bear with me. I'm going to do some, show you a few experiments. Bear with me because I've only got myself. Let's get that angle right so we can see. So this is a bit. We've got here a baseboard. You can see there it plugs straight into the wall. Now, plugged in there is a power supply, standard power supply that plugs straight into your mains. Like I say, so you can use this in normal classrooms or your lab, whichever you know suits you guys. This here simulates a wire. I'm going to show you just a quick experiment that teaches you basically how a fuse works. It's a nice way of doing it. This here replicates your fuse. You can see that. Light bulb. Another wire. Another wire. Now here you've got some wire wool. Now, if you were doing this in a classroom, you'd probably only use a few strands. But because I quite like to show you guys, I'm going to use quite a lot. Now, without a conductor here, there is no connection. Yeah, I have to touch that to make a connection. Same with the wire wool. I touch the wire wool and it allows the current to flow. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put that there. And I'm going to insert a short circuit. Watch this wire wool go. Oops, that's not short circuit. Wire wall, you can see that fire. So it shows the fuse burns out, and it just perfectly, can you see that burning out? Nice way of showing how a fuse works. One second, let me get this camera right. There we go. Next experiment I want to show you is how you may wire up a maybe a corridor or a stair circuit or something like that. So here you've got a two-way switch. Yeah, plug that in there. Then here you've got an intermediate switch. Plug that in there. Just wire them up now. Into a second two-way switch. And then it needs to go back to the power supply. There's your bulb. This is one of the experiments at level 1. Okay, so it's just how you would basically wire a circuit in a staircase or a long corridor, so that you can turn the lamp on at 2 or 3 different locations. So you can turn it on. Oops, there we are. So it's two-way switches and an intermediate switch, and it's just a nice way of showing students can follow the diagram and the circuit, and it's a really nice intuitive way of learning how you would wire a circuit, a staircase circuit. So the next I want to show you is a nice electromagnetism experiment. I'm going to start again. So you can see how quickly I can pull off all of these components to start again. And this time, all you need is a coil. So this is a coil, a push to make switch that slots in there, and a normal wire which goes there. Now, I'm just going to get this so you can see that properly. I've got here a nail. Push that there. And I've got a compass. Watch what happens when I push down on this push to make and allow the current to flow. 3, 2, 1. Watch that nail. Oops. Oh, I've not turned the power supply on. Apologies. 3, 2, 1. Probably can't see too well, but that current, the compass is going straight for that nail now. Yeah, show you that again. Nice way of showing electromagnetism. 3, 2, 1. Oops, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so the coil pulls the nail through nicely, showing electromagnetism in a circuit. Now, the last experiment I'm going to quickly show you it's about electrical safety. Okay, it's about how a fuse board and a RCD works nicely together. So this is what I made earlier. You can see here, you've got your power. You've got this is a fuse board. That's your RCD. This here may be the inside of your house. Let me just see if I can get a better angle on this camera. Bear with me, guys. I think that's a bit better. So here you've got an RCD. Here you've got a fuse board. Now, this goes back to the power. This here you've got a 1K resistor, and here is a push to make switch. If you push down on that push to make switch, it simulates an earth leak, a leakage, and thus there will be an imbalance on the RCD. So the RCD there's a light there you can see. Now, if I click on this to simulate a leakage, the light turns red, the RCD trips, however, the fuse board doesn't. So let's reset the RCD. We've reset the RCD. This here is about a short circuit. So if I short the circuit, the RCD hasn't tripped, but the fuse box has. And it's just a great way of showing how an RCD and a fuse board work together in a circuit. And this is part of the level 2 kit, okay? So this is just a nice experiment that in reality is quite a hard thing to teach, how an RCD and a fuse board works. One more time, if there's a leakage there, the RCD trips, but the fuse board doesn't. If there's a short circuit there, the fuse board trips, but the RCD doesn't. Okay. Let me just set the camera up and then I can answer any questions that you might have. Can you guys hear me? Did anyone miss any of that? Oh, you can hear me. Fantastic. Right, guys, that's sort of the end of the webinar so far. I've gone through, you know, what we can offer at level 1 and 2. Does anybody have any questions? If you want to put them in the chat, or you can unmute yourself, I'm happy to answer any questions now for the last, you know, 5-10 minutes. No problem. If anybody wants to go through pricing of kits, if you want to send me an email privately, I will go through and I will maybe suggest lab suggestions and that sort of thing, and I can put some sort of prices together for anyone who wants prices. The curriculum and lesson plans are completely free. As I've said earlier, they're on our website for free. But if you want prices for the kits, no problem. Please let me know, and I can send prices individually. This video is going to be put onto YouTube, and that's the reason we don't put prices on, because in 6 months it might go out of date. Alternatively, we have resellers that sell it at different prices, but we're the manufacturers. Any questions, guys? I'm going to give it a minute, 30 seconds to a minute, and if there's no questions, I'm going to I'll end the webinar, assuming that I've answered all your questions. No problem, Sarah. Thank you for joining. If anybody does have any questions, if you want to unmute yourself, now's the time. Alternatively, if you think of any questions later on that I haven't answered, please just send me an email. In a follow-up email to this webinar, I am going to send the presentation and the recording, and I'll also send a link to the lesson plans and teachers' notes. Like I say, for prices, you know, come to me. If you have any questions, now's the time, guys. Okay, it doesn't appear that there is any questions. Thank you all for joining. I am going to do one which goes into a bit more product detail, in particular for 3-phase, and I'll send you all an email for that. I will send you an email follow-up to this as well, with the slides and the recording and the lesson plans and teachers' notes. So once again, thank you for joining. Thank you for holding tight. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. Good luck with the challenges ahead, and yeah, have a good week. Thank you.